Welcome to the Oasis. Today we'll be talking about 9 cat traits all cat parents need to know. These are crucial to note in order to understand your cat baby. It will also create a much stronger bond. All those moments of misunderstanding your cat's behavior will shed some light on the mysteries of the feline. It's important to know why cats do what they do for both of you. It ensures a happy and healthy life together. Just like your human relationships, communication is crucial in our animal bonds as well. Let's face it, it's not like your cat can verbally say, "Hey, this food bowl is too narrow for my whiskers." Instead, they will fish out their food, plop it on the floor, then eat it. This might seem like poor behavior to you, but it's your cat's way of communicating that this just isn't working for me. Number 1. Cats are desert animals. They are originally from the desert, which means they come from a dry climate. This means that cats get most of their hydration from their prey. This does not mean that you take away their water bowl, but cats do need moisture in their food as well. Dry kibble is detrimental to a feline's health, especially for this reason. It is important to also keep in mind that since cats come from the desert, their food must not be where their water bowl is. Food can contaminate water, and in the desert, this would be important for them. It is best to give them their food away from the water bowl. This will please them, and they will feel more inclined to drink their water, which is important for their kidneys. Number 2. Cats are obligate carnivores, which means they strictly eat meat. Their bodies cannot break down grains, which is in a lot of commercial pet foods, which increases their chances of becoming diabetic. The best food for your cat would be a raw meat diet. As for fruits and vegetables in the wild, they would normally get this from the stomach content of their prey. However, cats do graze on grasses and certain herbs, which is important to have available. Most cat owners have heard of cat grass and catnip. You can leave a pot of cat grass and catnip for them to graze on throughout the day. Remember that domesticated cats do not have access to these things as a cat in the wild would. This is why it is so important for us feline parents to have as much available to them as possible. This will create an optimal opportunity for health, happiness, and vitality for your cat. Number 3. Toxic to cats. A cat's liver is very fragile, making it very easy for them to get sick or poisoned. If they have too much of a bad thing, they can go into liver failure. Things like onion, chocolate, grapes, and plants like lilies are very toxic to cats. It is important to do your homework before introducing certain foods and plants into your home to keep your cat from harm. Number 4. Cats like to eat alone. It is stressful for them to eat all together. They prefer to eat separately. They hunt alone naturally, so it makes sense for them to instinctively want to eat alone. Cats have not been domesticated as long as dogs have. They still have quite a bit of their wild tendencies within them. Knowing this, be sure to have a quiet place for Kitty to eat where they will not be interrupted or spooked. Number 5. Cats like to be alone if raised alone. This cat trait does have some controversy for our feline friends. It can be true that in most cases, cats want to be alone if they have been on their own their whole lives. Cats are territorial, and bringing another animal onto their territory can be very stressful for them. I am not saying that it is not possible, but it needs to be done right. Cats that are exposed to other animals and humans at a young age, about 2 to 8 weeks, are completely fine with not being alone. Remember that every cat is different depending on their breed, past traumas, or personality, and it is important to honor that. In my opinion, I recommend at least 2 cats from the start so they have each other while you are out or away. Just because cats are known to be independent does not mean that they do not get lonely. Number 6. Cats need to get used to your touch. As for this cat trait, cats do not like anything out of the ordinary and will quickly create negative associations to certain things. In order for your cat to feel safe with your touch, it is important to start handling them from the start, about 2 to 8 weeks. This isn't just for warm and loving cuddles, but for staying on top of their health. Get into the habit of observing them and getting to know what their normal is. That way, you'll be able to spot what is out of the norm for them and explore further. Regularly look into their eyes, ears, teeth, paws, and feet. Touching these areas from the start and associating with positivity will make these regular checks less stressful for both you and kitty. Cats need to have their nails clipped. I suggest learning how to do this at home to save stressful trips to the vet or groomer. Check their ears for mites and their coat for fleas regularly. It is also a good idea to groom them from the start so they are used to it. Give them a healthy treat after their nail clipping and brush to reinforce it as a positive experience. Number 7. Cats are not world travelers. Being a territorial creature, the fear of traveling comes with the territory. No pun intended. Unless you have raised your cat to constantly travel, this can be very stressful for your cat. This cat trait is no surprise to us when territory is everything to you and being taken away from it can be daunting for your cat. This is why it is important to introduce your cat to the cat carrier, the car, the drive, and even to the vet clinic at a young age. You don't necessarily need to make a vet appointment, but just exposing them to this environment and these situations with ease, the less stress when a vet visit or when traveling is required. Leave the cat carrier out with a blanket and some catnip on it. You can even throw in a healthy treat in there. You are creating a positive experience with the carrier rather than a scary one. Bring along part of their bed or a blanket that smells like you or the house while they are away from home. Number 8. Cats are not fans of the stare down. As I mentioned above, cats still have a rather strong wild side to them, which includes an enhanced survival mode. Even though cats are predators, they are also prey, which is why cats can be so nervous and skittish. When you're staring down your cat, this can be taken as a threat. We want to look at them with soft eyes, lowering our gaze with intermittent blinks, known as eye kisses. We want to build a safe and loving bond with our cat. Also, hitting and yelling at your cat is not only cruel, but it will tarnish your bond. Number 9. Energetically sensitive beings. The truth of the matter is that we are energetic beings, meaning that we can feel and sense things without the use of verbal explanation. With humans, this is a gift that most of us have shut off. With daily distractions and lifestyle, it is no wonder that we are not as in tune as we could be. This is something animals have never lost and use as survival to this day. I highlight this as a cat trait because cats are especially hypersensitive to energy frequencies. You may find your cat running in the opposite direction when a hostile family member walks into the home. You might think, "What's her problem?" The truth is, your cat is feeling much more than you are aware of, and we need to take steps to create a stress-free home as much as we can. This is especially important if you have children or other animals in the household. Have a quiet spot for your cat where it is off limits to children and other pets like dogs. A cat tree is important so Kitty can climb up out of reach. Being able to see from above gives cats a sense of security. You can also use a baby gate with an opening big enough for the cat only. Creating a kitty oasis in the home is essential to a stress-free cat. A stress-free kitty is a happy kitty, and healthy one too. These are the 9 cat traits every cat parent should know about in order to understand their cat better. We all want to be understood, and as an animal parent, it is crucial that we make an effort to do so. Thank you for taking the time to be here today and taking these positive steps for your animal. If you'd like to book a consultation, feel free to contact me.